Tag, Hola, hello, other one, and welcome to Cash Grab, the weekly podcast where we study TV and movie franchises that have been turned into video games and decide, are they a cash grab or are they just bloody great? My name's Tom.
I'm Stef.
And I'm Dan.
And my name's Tom. Welcome to Cash Grab. And this is episode 23?
Yeah.
God
23.
damn, they're building up quick, guys.
Well, it's almost older than us.
I was just thinking that.
Yeah.
I was just thinking that. So in 3 episodes' time, it's my age. And we'll have to celebrate.
Us.
Yes, and we'll have to celebrate very big for episode 26.
Yeah, so we just skip over
Can it get bigger than today's episode? I don't know.
Oh, I don't know. We've
Well-
got a massive one lined up for you.
Welcome to today's possibly slightly shorter episode, I imagine.
And we're also joined by a child.
He's the hairiest child we could find.
Nice to be here.
No, Dan's not a child.
It could be a short one,
He's
but
just been castrated.
I'm doing very well with the beard, might I say.
No, you're doing fantastic.
Yeah, it's gonna.
I'm almost missing having my beard, to be honest. But I'm
Yeah.
enjoying having my moustache. Thanks for all you viewers commenting saying how good my moustache is. I agree with everything you say. Especially that guy who said, damn, that's a mighty fine moustache. I was like, I like him.
yeah, I think that
Tom
was you on a
Gardner.
separate. Yeah.
That guy's got style. And I haven't even seen his face.
Anyway, have we been up to anything then? Any games exciting us at the moment?
Calm down.
Oh God.
Start us off.
Black Flag is not good for a guy with a bit of, let's say.
Dementia.
OCD.
OCD.
I haven't really got OCD. That's saying I've got OCD is probably disrespectful to people who have it proper.
But you do have it minorly
You-
with
you
like
have-
your bedroom.
Oh,
You
yeah.
have like tendencies.
Yeah, in my own personal space.
Because I used to leave and swap CDs around and used to notice it within minutes.
Oh yeah, all the time.
That's so fucking cruel. That's like the most subtle bullying technique
Oh
ever.
God! I mean, it's just what
That's great.
It's what my siblings would do. I mean, they literally would just they'd pop their heads in and just move something, a book, and
It's so easy to mess with them. bro.
they're just thinking about it, just like yeah, Black Flag. It's just one of those collectathons, and you're just there. Just I'm just going to clear this part of the map. I'm just going to clear just that part. I'm just take down one more ship. 6:30 in the morning. I was like, I haven't done this since I was a teenager. That's not good.
That's true,
Enjoy it,
actually. I
enjoy
don't think
It was a weekend.
I've
but
done that since we were like teenagers. I haven't done it since we used to have marathon sessions of Super Smash Bros until like the wee hours in the morning.
Yeah. I don't think I think now I just get to a point where I was like, I'm going to bed.
Yeah.
I'm really surprised at
No,
myself.
I am.
I mean, I told myself I had nothing to do the next day. So you know what? Just
So it's fine.
play a bit later.
Exactly. Fuck it. No regrets.
But
don't look back.
Yeah. So a bit more Black Flag, and I really do love the game. What I
It is
really
great.
like about it is I love the character, Edward Kenway.
He's my favourite of the assassins.
Well,
I liked him more than Ezio.
Yeah, he is a good one.
It's
But
just a good character arc, really.
The thing is, I got bored of that. Where because it's like, oh, you must upgrade the jackdaw before you do this mission.
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh, fuck's sake, I can't bother to go and... Because the taking down the ships is the same thing every time. You come up next to them, you fire your cannons, you then get boarded, you then take them out, and then you scrap the ship or keep the start, whatever.
Can get a bit repetitive.
And I was just like,
you've got to try and make,
so bored
Imagine
of
try
doing
and make
this
your
over and over
own
again.
challenge.
Imagine if like real pirates from the golden age of piracy had short attention spans like us, and they're like, I'm so bored of pirating today. Same thing every time. Blow them up, steal their booty, and go off to Nassau to get drunk. I'm gonna grow flowers.
Yeah. Right.
That's how Blackbeard really ended his days. He didn't get shot down on the coasts of
He
Tortuga.
started a shrubbery garden.
Shrubbery!
Yeah, I got quite bored of it, so I never actually completed that.
Yeah.
But
I think I've done it 3 times.
I only ever played it
loved it
once
every time.
because it does take me a long. Because I get sidetracked and I really love sailing around. I love looking at the water.
The sea shanties.
The sea shanties.
Just listening to sea shanties
Yeah,
just floating on the way.
I agree, that was great.
Yeah,
but
I don't
just got
fast
bored
travel
of
a
it.
lot.
I do get it.
Yeah,
100%.
so this
I've
is
got it for PS4, so if I ever have a dry spell, I'm going to play it.
Yeah, of course.
But I just don't see a dry spell happening anytime soon.
No, you've got a hell of a lot to keep you occupied.
I love the way it just portrays it's story about pirates and how they all eventually go to hell, literally, or they all get their comeuppance, and Edward has to find his way through that. It's a great story.
It is.
Yeah,
it is.
Yeah, I mean, it's miles better than Assassin's Creed 3.
I never even ventured into Assassin's Creed 3. I think it's the only one I never touched.
Assassin's Creed 3 I played. Assassin's Creed 3 and Unity I played for about...
Oh, haven't touched Unity.
10 minutes, and I was just like... No, to be fair, Assassin's Creed 3 I played for longer, because you do, like... You have a massive section where you play as Edward Kenway's dad?
No, son.
Son. And then
Sorry,
Connor's born, and you have this weird, like...
Bless you.
Bless
Sorry.
you. Hide and seek moment when you're playing as Connor as a kid. And then... So I played probably more of... 3 than I did Unity.
Yeah, I
probably played an hour of 3 in total, and I was probably still in the tutorial stage, and I was just like, "This is boring."
It's meant to have a very long introduction, isn't it?
Yeah, and it was too much.
I
And
managed
then,
to complete it, and I managed to complete it with all the bugs because I wasn't connected to the PS network, so I never got the glitches sorted out.
okay, that's good.
Awesome.
God knows how I managed to complete the damn thing.
Yeah, and then Unity was basically like they had the new engine. They were like, "Hey, look how many people we can have on screen now," and they were just constantly shoving that. You were like walking through crowds, so many times. It was just like
It was a shame.
and it was boring. Character was like a plank of wood, but it could have been good because it was in a good.
Arno or Arlo?
I think it was Arno.
Arno, that's it. Yeah.
But it was in such a good like.
Oh no!
It was in such a great time setting as well because it was like French Renaissance, so it could have been really good.
I mean, I've still got to touch Syndicate as well, but this
Yeah, it's
is
alright.
not an Assassin's Creed.
That's true. Steph, what have you been playing?
I've been playing more Mario Rabbids.
Fucking brilliant. And is it still fucking brilliant?
Still great.
How's
Awesome.
the comedy?
You know what? Like, because those rabbits are fucking annoying.
Yeah, that's what
But
I've always
they're
thought.
actually like I'm enjoying like the noise they make. The little weird scream is actually like starting to make me giggle now. Like, it's actually
It has
working.
the
Like,
opposite effect of Minions, basically.
Yeah,
Where the
exactly.
more you hear
Yeah.
Minions, the more frustrated you
Yeah,
become.
I got
Whereas
sick
like
and
this
tired
one,
of them.
it's just worked. So like I've just
Yeah.
unlocked Rabid Mario for anyone who's played it, know where I'm up to, and he's like a very stereotypical plumber. So he's just gone like the traits of Mario, but like Mario's not a plumber in any way except for jumping in pipes.
So basically,
So
when
they've
you,
like taken that aspect and made him into it's good.
about time.
So when you have him on a level and you're like, I just want you to take a straightforward shot, he's like, that'd be £2,000.
It's like ooh,
Yeah.
ooh,
I don't know about that, mate.
Might have to bleep that one
That's
out
looking a bit rough to me.
for our plumber audience.
Look, it's a U-pipe. You dick. Fix my U-pipe.
Fix my U-bend.
And then I realised it wasn't even a plumber. It's an electrician.
Oh, that's probably why I couldn't fix it.
And he was just shouting me the whole time. He was like, look, mate, I work with cables. And I was like, fix my U-pipe. And he was like, mate, you need a plumber. And I was like,
You are the plumber.
that's a good point. I'll call the plumber. So I called
Anyway,
the
yeah, so
plumber.
I've been playing that. My brother's got Shadow of War, so I watched him play that for a bit. Looks good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks good. I'm looking forward to playing that.
I am interested, but at the same time, like, I really like Shadow of Mordor.
Yeah.
Played it quite a lot. Really enjoyed it. Had the
Yep.
DLCs as well and enjoyed them. Pretty good. But I don't know, something about it. It's one of those things, like, I feel like I had my fill. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean, yeah, but this one does... It looks like it's actually boosted what you liked about Shadow of Mordor and made it better.
Yeah. It's one of those things, though. It's like, there are some games, like franchises, that I'm really, you know, more than willing to just jump back into it and carry on and take a new game on its merits and just really enjoy it.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
for some reason, like the whole kind of Middle-earth, Shadow of Mordor, Shadow of War thing, I just can't find the energy. I know I will enjoy it, but I can't find that emphasis to be like, I want to play it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you
kinda
mean,
just
yeah.
like,
I
I'm
think-
happy to kind of just sit on the sidelines with it.
I think if my brother didn't buy it, I'd be waiting for it to come down in price in a sale.
Yeah, that's
I wouldn't.
exactly
I
it.
probably wouldn't have rushed out to get it.
A
but
dry period again, basically.
Yeah, but then
Yeah.
on Friday we got Mario Odyssey, so that's me done for a long time.
Forever, potentially.
And then what? Oh yeah, and then a guy from work's just lent me Dishonored 2.
I swear by it. Fantastic fucking game.
Yeah, so I'll be giving that a go at some point.
Honestly, dude, fantastic fucking game.
I really enjoyed Dishonored 1, so I'm looking forward to playing Dishonored 2.
It's better.
I can't wait when I actually buy a new game. But I just don't have much of a drive sometimes. I always tell myself, I'll wait.
It's because you play weekly cracking games, and now you're like, well, I can't buy a new one because they don't match up to the amazing weekly games I play for half an hour.
Oh man!
Before we get
tell
on
you
to
what,
that,
the bullying is on point this episode, isn't it?
help me.
Tom, what have you been up to? Is this my water?
It is indeed.
Sweet.
So still on Dead Space. I'm on the last chapter. So I reached the last chapter like last night sometime. So it's chapter 12, and what's the chapter called? Dead Space.
Oh.
So you know it's coming to a close. Yeah, absolutely fucking loving it. You know,
Yeah.
it's
What difficulty are you playing on?
hard.
Sweet. Good.
Yeah, but no, absolutely fucking loving it. Really enjoying it. It's one of those things like I remember pretty much most of the scary parts or jump scares and stuff.
Yeah.
But I've still shat myself a couple of times. I must admit. The thing is like one thing I've realised about because this time I've never actually played it with headphones before. I've only ever played it through speakers. There's so much whispering in the background.
Yeah.
Huge amounts, and like on certain silent bits, if you stay still for a certain time, you hear just like I don't know. You like the one thing I've heard a lot that comes up is like search and rescue. I'm like I keep hearing search and rescue, and every now and again it's a Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, but so subtle in the mix. They put it in the mix, but like so fucking subtle, so you'd have to be using headphones.
You have to. Yeah.
So I've realised all these little intricacies in the audio of the game that I didn't before, and actually it's making it intensely more fucking creepy.
Imagine so.
That's really cool. Yeah, I like
I'm
that.
absolutely loving it. So
I
like,
never played games with headphones on, but when I play Wolfenstein with them,
yes,
it really does like draw you in so much more.
it does, doesn't it? Yeah.
Like, I didn't think it would because I've got like KRK studio monitors, so I was like, well, it sounds already good. So like I thought that was like the next step up, but then when you got the headphones on, it really
exactly.
works.
So that's the thing, because obviously I started it with just the intention of playing Dead Space, to be honest, just because Halloween was coming, like I said in the last episode. But now, because I've been so drawn in with all this audio sound and shit,
I'm wanting number 2.
Yeah, I'm wanting to.
You
finish
should,
off
man.
This one.
Did you ever play number 2?
I played them all.
Yeah.
I played them all. So yeah, I want to do then like the hardest like mode of 2 following this one, and then the hardest mode of 3.
Yeah, sweet.
Yeah, so I'm going to just continue more. But Dead Space 1 at the moment, last chapter, finish it soon. Loved it. Great.
Yeah, it's a great game.
Yeah.
I hate it when people when you're listening to something and you can hear like people whispering. What's it called? ASMR?
It is like ASMR, yeah. Yes. That's exactly.
Well, it's great.
It's exactly what it's like on Dead Space. I've been hearing it so much. You just hear like all this fucking weird shit.
You'll love that Hellblade game.
Yeah, I really want to play that. Senua's Sacrifice, isn't it?
Yeah. I've heard mixed reviews about it. To be fair. Yeah. But play it and make your own mind.
That's exactly it. Yeah.
All right, should we get into the episode?
Let's do it. It's about time.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Dan was so excited he suggested this one.
Let's be honest now, guys. As the episode goes along, my
they're gonna quickly realise.
Look, all I'm gonna say, this smile ain't leaving my face this episode. I'm gonna be grinning throughout this whole damn thing, because today, ladies, or should I say, gentlemen, because we definitely don't have any female listeners.
You might after this.
That's true. Lady and gentlemen, we are doing the Powerpuff Girls today. Boom! So, in our usual fashion, we watch half an hour of, in this case, the TV series, and then we play half an hour of a corresponding game. So we
did indeed.
chose, for our Powerpuff Girls episode, we chose Season 1, Episode 2, which is called Insect Inside.
Well, they're a bit weird, the Powerpuff, the way they do it, because like it's one episode, but you get 2 episodes within the episode.
Yeah, it's like 2.
So we watched the second part of the first episode.
Yeah.
I think that was
Nice
pretty standard.
Yes,
standard
so that's
thing back
Insect
then,
Inside, and then we follow that up with Season 2, Episode 2, which is the 2 episodes being Collector and Supper Villain. Ooh.
So Powerpuff Girls.
Yeah.
When was it released?
It was released, initially released anyway, because it was originally...
They had like, he had like an idea and he had it on a different cartoon and all this kind of stuff.
Yeah, so it went through kind of multiple phases beforehand. So I imagine it was kind of like in its like transition stages before coming onto Cartoon Network and being properly aired.
Yep.
You know, a couple of years previous probably. But it was originally aired, this is North America, November 18th, 1998.
Ooh.
Yes. So quite some time now. Nearly 20 years?
Damn.
In about a year's time, it'll be 20 years.
Damn.
Fuck me.
Well, I'm going to mess about this mic for a little bit. You carry on talking.
Okie dokie. So Powerpuff Girls. I'm sure, like, if you listening, watching, children, of the '90s, much like ourselves, you will know the Powerpuff Girls. Dan, you're looking at me concerned.
Well, I didn't. No.
Dan, it happens so often.
I never watched.
How
much
did you not know the Powerpuff Girls?
I mean, I was aware of them, but I wasn't in. I never watched it. I never saw it. I never looked at TV.
But did you like? Because the thing is, like, as a
My
child
brother
of the
was always
90s,
watching it.
I'm sorry, you never looked at TV.
I never looked at TV.
Sometimes, Dan, you remind me of a Native American, and you know they have this whole thing about like, no take pictures, my soul. You know, you take away their soul.
Not sure you should be going down this
Yeah,
road.
I don't know if this is a road we should travel down.
Why?
Don't
Look,
know.
I know you're going to use the term racist.
I'm not using the term
definitely-
racist.
no.
I'm saying we could upset people.
I was just going to say insensitive.
Look, like I say, we don't get a huge amount of views at the moment, or listeners, and I really doubt it. We've definitely not got a lady listener. I really doubt it if we've got a Native American listener.
I'd love it if we did.
I'd love it if I get an angry email directly to me.
One
I'm a Native American female, and I'm really pissed off. Well, look, you know, I just think the way you're talking about your interactions with TV as a child,
If anything,
sounds like you were scared to watch it because it would take away a section of your spirit.
No, if anything, it was just my brothers were always watching what they wanted to watch, and it was either sports or other cartoons. I couldn't be bothered.
That's not good, is it?
But would you have put on Powerpuff Girls if you had the chance?
God, no.
Why?
It's just not my sort of thing. I mean, what cartoons did I watch?
What
when I
are
was
you,
younger?
gay?
God, I'm trying to remember. I remember watching like old Cartoon Network. Was it Toonami? And
Yeah,
I
Toonami,
remember
that's it.
Watching a few things.
Yeah.
Just not really Powerpuff Girls.
No, definitely not that.
Well, I mean, it's
Well, each to their own, Dan.
yeah. I mean, like for every other child of the '90s,
I'd say I
The
lived
thing
a
is-
very Amish experience, my childhood.
it does sound
Almost.
very Amish.
The,
doesn't it?
I guess you're right. Yeah.
I churned my own butter.
Lived in a barn.
Cartoon Network was on Sky. Like you had to pay for Cartoon
Channel
Network, didn't
601.
you? So you had to pay for Cartoon Network
Hell yeah.
because I never had it.
No, you didn't, did you?
No, so I never could watch it if I wanted to.
I
So I
had it,
think
but I
I
never
only
did.
ever watched episodes around your house if I watched it.
Because I watched it all the time. Fucking loved it.
Yeah, so but the thing is, everyone knows what the Powerpuff Girls are.
Yeah. It's become part of kind of like pop culture. It's one of those '90s things.
The sugar and spice and everything
Everything.
nice.
Well,
I didn't know
Everyone
that
knows.
was a part of it either, so that was interesting to see.
But you've heard of the sugar and spice and everything nice.
Oh yeah, I know
But
the
that's
saying.
that's a saying before Powerpuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they like.
I didn't know the
they
background
took it to the
of
next
them.
fucking level.
Yeah, they did.
They
didn't know their
They
origin.
tuned it in, amped it up. What is it?
Oh God, not that.
No, dial it in.
Dial it in.
Dial it in.
Dial it in. Check it out. Amp it up. Check
Check it out, dial it in,
amp it up. Action man.
I was getting Action Man.
For you viewers and listeners, check out our Action Man episode for context.
Oh God.
Yeah, it was a
Yeah.
It was a different time.
Well, we had to watch another like cartoon series episode. That's sort of like why.
I would
was
say
having
this
flashbacks.
wasn't nearly as painful as Action Man.
No,
The cartoon series is pretty good actually.
much
Yeah.
better, much
It's
better.
so should we get into it? Like the first episode opens up, and like it's got a very adult sense of humor.
It does, doesn't it?
So like the opening clip is like the narrator goes like, "What's the city called?"
The
Townsville.
city of Townsville. But enough about that.
Yeah, like straight away, it's like City of Townsville, and it's like looking at the city, goes, but enough about that, straight to the house. Like, yeah, it's just done so well.
The script
Like,
is sharp.
It
is sharp,
very witty,
yeah.
very witty. But the thing is, it's quite synonymous of a lot of those kind of '90s Cartoon Network things, like Johnny Bravo, Cow and Chicken, Courage the Cowardly Dog. All of these things were quite adult in their humour.
yeah, they were, yeah.
You know, like it seemed like they were just appealing to just about everyone at the time. Powerpuff Girls is no different. It has that sharp adult wit to it.
It does.
Yeah.
It does, and it surprised me because I forgot they had that.
I remembered it did, but not quite to that level. Do you know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
it was. But I suppose like haven't watched it.
The hell was that?
Oh.
That's my boot on the chair.
Fucking hell. I'm sorry, but like I've been talking about ambient noises in Dead Space, you know, I'm a bit edgy at the moment, and when I hear necromorph
Necromorph burst through the wall at the moment. Dan, you can stop.
This is how I'm going to talk from now
I
on.
think when Steph says those things, it's not a question of should I, shouldn't I. It's a question of I should.
I think that's just how I was going to respond to. I'd become Sweep. That's what I watched. That's what I watched when I was younger. Sit in Sweep.
So it's
I
weird.
was shitting sweet
That was
as
my
well.
favourite.
Yeah, I just ate a bit of your mic then by mistake. I got excited when I was speaking down. I just went. Sorry about that. That will go mouldy.
Don't worry, that's what the
Lovely.
thing's there for, isn't it?
Well, it's not there to get fucking
Eating.
blowjobbed.
I've
How
never,
technical.
You know what? I've never used that word used in that
In that term, no.
I got blowjobbed last night.
mate, I got it was blowjob all the way.
I blowjobbed him all night. Anyway, a good transition. Blowjobs to girls. To
Powerpuff Girls.
So anyway, enough about that.
So yeah, enough about that. So yeah, so it has this really sharp wit, and it's like straight away off the first episode we watched, straight off the bat, it's just there, and it's but like, so first scene effectively after you've had the narrator introduce Townsville for the best part of half a second, and then introduce their house within the suburbs of Townsville for the best part of half a second. You have Bubbles, which is the blue Powerpuff Girl with blonde hair, if you're wondering. Flying away from a cockroach, which is scuttling across the wall.
Which is the fastest cockroach known to man in the longest corridor known to man.
Yes! Another thing I've totally missed. But Dan had a really good point about this.
He was on the wall, obviously, running after her, and she's running away, going, "Oh God, get it away from me!" Just go away from the wall. You're flying.
Yeah, but it's like, the whole thing in TV shows, films, like they're running down a hill, something's rolling behind them, they just run down the hill rather than running at an angle where they'd just eventually be past the thing. Because the boulder can't decide, we're going to run at an angle, are we?
It's amazing because everyone's aware of this in movies and TV, aren't they? Every single person is aware, like, they could always just run at a slight angle. And it is amazing that nobody's ever done it.
Well, no one's ever done.
I'm sure TV directors, producers, creators are all aware of this fact as well. I'm sure that
they must be.
I'm sure that it's not something about the mind of somebody who wants to go into TV or movie, has no awareness of spatial perception.
TV tropes as well.
Yeah.
I guess I was just nitpicking, and you can't nitpick everything, especially in a bit of a absurdist comedy. Cartoon. I mean, it's cartoon logic. You can't
that's
nitpick,
it.
can
Be careful what you say here, mate. You might flip Tom off and fucking send him mad.
Yeah. Don't do that.
Oh God, I didn't know I was near a landmine.
Yep.
That's my nickname, Dan.
Table flipping Tom.
Human landmine. That's why I wear a t-shirt which is "Don't tread on me." Anyway,
Similar to the cockroach.
Hey!
Which we had a scene
Transition.
about when the doctor tells us all about cockroaches and how they keep getting stamped on throughout the years.
Yes, the doctor. What is he? Is he the professor?
Oh, he's professor.
Professor.
Professor Doctor. His name's Doctor. He's Professor Doctor.
Professor Doctor. So this is effectively the father figure of the three girls, Bubbles, Blossom, and Buttercup. And so he's the one who created them by mixing sugar spice and everything nice, and then accidentally poured in a load of some black shit called Chemical X, and somehow created three fucking mutant girls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How? The thing is, in the video, he's like pouring in the sugar and spice and whatever, everything nice, whatever. He's pouring in a load of rainbows and fucking stars
Fucking
and shit.
unicorns are coming out.
Unicorns, yeah.
Killed those unicorns.
But then he's like
Unicrons.
unicorns. Do you imagine? Planets.
You're gonna need a bigger bit of Tupperware.
But then he's stirring it up. And then all of a sudden there's Chemical X there overhanging the thing, so he knocks it and it pours in. It's like, well, that was going to happen.
Yeah,
that was inevitable.
It's
doesn't
almost
seem
like
like
he wanted it to happen, or he knew.
He knew what he was doing.
He's not the most organised bloke, as well.
I don't know. I mean, aspects of his personality are very organised, and aspects of his personality are totally bloody wacky,
Bloody dumb.
bloody dumb. But anyway, so he's explaining about how cockroaches have basically been persecuted over the years by being stepped on. I'm sure many other insects and other forms of life could sympathise with the cockroach as being persecuted. But
a cockroach is an ugly thing, isn't it?
Yes, but this is what the professor goes on about.
It
Even though
does,
something's
yeah.
ugly on the outside, it doesn't necessarily mean it's ugly on the inside.
That's why you're not allowed to squish it, because on the inside it might be cute.
Exactly.
So, we then have the cockroach run away, or escape. And he goes back to a flat.
Yes. In Townsville.
And again, really adult humour, like... So it goes in, it's standing in the lift with all the people, with the music going. Yeah. And then, so he goes in, there's this weird man who looks like a caricature of Danny DeVito.
Oh, guys, it totally does.
Totally picked up.
Yeah.
On that. Yeah. Totally.
Even the voice is sort of like, it's Danny DeVito. He's short, he's round.
That basically does sum up Danny DeVito, doesn't it?
Poor Danny DeVito.
Danny DeVito, I can't recall him. Remind me? Short, round, Danny DeVito.
No!
Arnold Schwarzenegger, Twins. Have you not watched that?
No, I haven't seen Twins.
Have you not? What?
No. I thought I'd watched
what fucking planet have I landed on?
I don't watch all of his stuff. I mean, there's just too much. I watched Hercules. That was great.
Oh, the original Hercules. Oh, that is
Hercules in New York.
Yeah. That is amazing.
My favourite bit of that film is where he gets mugged in the park.
Yeah.
That's the best bit. And he's just there, like, literally naked. It's like, give me a wallet.
And he's massive
It's
as
just
well.
like, give me a wallet. It's like, I don't have any money. It's a fucking like
Even
most
then he's just
bland
going,
scene.
It's like, you are an idiot. Look at me. Look at me. I've
The
got
size
nothing.
of this guy is a monster. The guy's trying to mug him.
It's fucking classic.
What
That is
money?
great.
I'm naked.
It's my second favourite mugging behind the mugging in Little Nicky.
When he nicks the chicken
Where
wing.
he nicks his flask and his chicken wing.
And then tries to sell it.
And then he's got the chicken wing on his stool. Oh, you give me them crazy ass. Oh, man. That's my favourite mugging of all time.
It is a good one.
Oh, dear.
Right, yeah,
Twins.
so...
What?
Oh, it's a film where
Bloody hell.
Danny DeVito and
I know,
Arnold
you know you-
Schwarzenegger...
I'm going to put my mic
and
back down.
They end up finding out that they are biological twins.
Oh, okay, right. It's simple.
Yeah.
How do they get over the fact that they don't look alike at all?
No, not biological twins, not identical twins.
Yeah, but at least biological twins, like you can see that brothers still look kind of similar. Have you seen these two people that we're talking about?
Share DNA.
I don't know.
And somehow,
If he lost a bit of weight,
the thing is, if I was Danny DeVito and I found out like someone like Arnold Schwarzenegger was my twin, I'd be really fucking pissed off because I'd be like, my mum and dad hated me even when I was in the fucking womb. She somehow made all of her good genetic material fly over to him on the right side of the womb, and he just kicked me out of that shit, and I got all of the crap genetics. I got a dodgy nose. I got a clubbed foot. I'm small. I'm overweight. But not because I eat too much.
Where did the clubbed foot come from?
can we stop like shitting on Danny DeVito? He's a good guy.
I've got shit on me. Can anything else go wrong? Anyway, cockroaches, Powerpuff Girls.
Right,
I'm
where
glad
were
you're
we?
here, Dan. Thank you for coming down.
So we're then meet him, and he then wants to take over the world. There seems to be, and he hates the Powerpuff Girls.
Yes.
But, so this is episode 2, so we missed what happened in episode 1.
I
But
think
in
you
episode
knew.
1, did the Powerpuff Girls just like take a shit in everybody's car or something? Because everyone hates them. Do you know what I mean? Like everyone's just like, fucking Powerpuff Girls, I'll take you down. Like
You know
all
what?
of them.
If the first episode is that,
missed out.
They really started off on a different foot, didn't they? Exactly. What are you doing today, Blossom?
But yeah, it's just like
The end.
it's just like, why does everyone hate them?
Well, I don't think everyone does.
it's just what they need to
All
do.
the villains hate them.
It's just what they need
As
to
in,
do.
like, yeah,
Good
but
versus
like,
evil.
but like, as we'll get to in like episode 3, was it, or 2?
Season
Not
2.
Season 2,
Not the
episode
collector,
2.
supper hero.
It was the later half of season 2, episode 2.
Right, that one. There was no reason for him to not like them. He just didn't like them.
I think there is a reason.
Okay, we'll get to it.
Yeah, we'll get to that. I'll explain what I feel.
Right, yeah. So so each episode you meet a different person who turns out to be a villain, and they basically put him in jail.
Even if they do nothing wrong.
Yeah, even if they don't do anything.
Yeah, very true.
But then you've got your main cast of villains as well, who sadly didn't feature in.
No, we had like a cameo role from Mojo Jojo. At like one point.
So this guy is mad about cockroaches.
He's the roach coach, by the way. The roach coach.
So his plan is to use cockroaches because now they found out that the Powerpuff Girls don't like cockroaches and they're not allowed to squish them because the professor said no.
Yes.
But they're not willing to touch them because they find them icky.
Icky, yeah.
And so basically this guy thinks, I found your kryptonite. It's cockroaches.
Yeah.
So what does he do? He unleashes a fucking 20 billion cockroaches onto the city.
Yeah, and the thing is, what I find really interesting about this, I know like we're overanalyzing a cartoon, and we've already done that a couple times now.
And we'll keep doing it.
And we will keep doing it, because it's our fucking job. That's why we'll keep doing it. Dan,
it's a landmine.
It's our fucking job.
I'm sorry, it's a landmine.
It's the landmine. So basically, he has enough cockroaches at his disposal or under his control to effectively cover a small city. Actually, it's quite a large city.
Yeah, because everything was covered by cockroaches.
They all came from his flat.
Yeah, no, not all of them. I think when he'd done his whistle and he called them all, I think even more came. So he had a little army in his flat.
That's the point.
But I think like there were more in the city who then came and rose up.
Yes.
Because if they were all in his flat, they would have
filled the flat.
Do you know what it reminded me of? Dark Knight Rises.
I thought we were going to say Men in Black 2.
The Gotham Police have failed you. Rise up. You know, it's just like that. It's like the people who have been trod on
the cockroaches
by
of society.
The cockroaches of society rose up in defense of something new and interesting. But they didn't actually know what it was.
No, so basically they were just kind of covering things. They weren't doing anything. They were just kind of
they weren't even hurting anyone.
Yeah,
they were just cockroaches on things.
Yeah.
Then the guy got all excited, thinking, "Yeah, I've taken over the city because my cockroaches are on everything."
Yeah, I don't. You know,
obviously people are freaking out. If I put my hat
on something, I don't own it.
But do you?
No.
Oh, unless you're Mario.
What do you mean?
Mario Odyssey. If you put your hat on it.
No, he doesn't own it. He becomes it.
It's even worse.
He captures it.
What a bastard.
Because you're not allowed to say possessed.
Yeah.
Nintendo are very, very, very keen.
I'm not allowed to say possessed.
You know what? When it comes to an idea like that, if you put your hat on something, you turn into it. 3 items I want in Mario Odyssey: dildo.
Okay.
Toilet brush.
Oh. Why? Why? Just why? No, I don't want to hear the third one.
You don't?
Is it
a femidom?
Oh.
Those are the 3 items I want to see Mario turn into, and then I want to see those 3 Mario items in fervent use.
Do you know what I'm really excited to do? Right, because this game comes out soon, and I've got it on pre-order, so I'm going to have it. Right, and you can play 2-player. One of you plays Mario, the other one plays as Cappy. I'm going to bring it round, and I'm going to force Tom to play as Cappy.
You're fucking not.
It's going to be great fun.
Can we play Rabbids instead?
No, we're playing Mario Odyssey, and you're Cappy.
Who is Cappy?
He's the Cap. Who the fuck do you think he is?
How am I going to run around?
Luigi's brother.
You can't, I don't know, I think
Mario.
you kind of fly.
Crap!
What, you just fly about?
Yeah, I think you just kind of fly around.
I don't want to fly around.
Cappy sounds crappy.
Yeah!
Oh,
yeah!
Okay.
Well done, Dan. You fucking tell Cappy.
This floor's really fucking uneven. I'm trying to put my water in. I was spilling it everywhere.
It's bad, isn't it?
That anyway, made me feel bad.
So, back to Powerpuff Girls.
Yes.
So, because earlier the professor got the cockroach in a glass and then released it outside.
Yes.
One of them,
Blossom.
Who's the boss, right?
No, none of them are the boss, but Blossom...
I thought the redhead was the boss.
Well, no, none of them are the boss. Look, I'm the boss. Look, I'm the boss. Right now, I'm
the boss?
Well, yeah, you're the red-headed one, so you're the boss.
Sweet.
You're Blossom.
Bossum.
Bosom.
Bosom.
Blossom.
Your bosom. I'm Buble. And you're... Fuck Cup.
Okay. Sure.
You didn't even try.
Anyway, welcome to the show. I'm glad you're here.
I'm fucked up.
Right,
He's
anyway.
fucked up.
Next.
So basically, none of them are the leader, but Blossom's got the smarts. Buttercup has the brawn, and Bubbles is
A bit bubbly. She's got the pep.
I don't know what she brings to the table.
To be honest,
Some
no.
might
I
say
think
a morale boost.
her and Blossom, they
keep the other one at bay because she just wants to break everything.
No, I like Buttercup because she's got a clear character and she stands out. The other two mesh into each other, and I don't really know what their deal is.
No, because Blossom's the brains. She's smart. She's like, I know how to fix this. Like how she fixes the cockroach problem.
Yeah, so what
like
she does is she sees that, jars seem to be their natural enemy.
Yes.
So she goes, I've got an idea, flies off, comes back in like 3 seconds with a jar like 40 times the size of a human.
Yes. It's another witty bit from the narrator as well.
Yeah.
Where it goes, and with Blossom, with her lightning fast speed and her knowledge of finding huge oversized jars,
So
quickly
she
fixed up this problem.
So the scene is like you've got a man, a woman, a car, and buildings covered in cockroaches.
Yes.
Right, and she just flies past,
And
and they're all gone. All the cockroaches are gone. So she's like, she doesn't scoop them up. She just flies past them. They're just in the jar.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it's their weakness. I'd say they really like the jars.
They love it.
Because they must just look at it and go,
Straight
fuck a
in
jar!
there.
In
Yeah.
there.
That's a good point.
Like a moth to a flame, straight in the jar.
Or a cat
Very
in a
good
box.
Yeah.
Or
Tom, you got to do a good one now.
no, I'm not.
Oh, you just bail.
I couldn't think of a good one.
No.
I thought I had it, and then I went blank.
It's okay.
It's right. So we think we've saved the day here, don't we?
Oh, yeah, yeah. They're standing on top of their jar, filled with cockroaches. Everyone's state of panic has totally gone. Everyone's like, "Hey, these girls aren't too bad. I might even forgive her for doing that shit in my car the other day."
Yeah. Maybe we'll forgive. But then Roach Coach, he's not happy.
No. And what does he say? He says, "You goddamn bipeds. What do you think you're doing in my town?"
You say that?
You come around.
Yeah, he calls them bipeds.
Yeah, you come around here with your 2 legs and your fucking eyes, and you think you can take my city? Hell no, bitch. This is thug life.
Word for
and he
word.
brings out his whistle
That's exactly how
and
it is.
goes, it's a silent whistle.
Yeah, it's so nice.
And what happens? The jar starts wobbling. Wibble, wobble, wibble, wobble. Go on, Dan. I need your help here.
Wibble, wobble, wibble, wobble.
That's good. You're allowed back next episode. So, like Dan said, they wibble wobble around and the glass breaks. Oh no. And then all the cockroaches form into like a mega cockroach, a mockroach, with Roach Coach as the heart of the mockroach. And it turns into Tiger Megazord Mockroach Coach Roach Man.
Yeah.
Bots.
Yeah, it does. So that's exactly what happens. Yeah.
Yeah.
So then he eats the Powerpuff Girls in his T-Rex form.
Yes.
And then this is when the Powerpuff Girls realise we can squish them because it's also ugly on the inside.
Yes. Goes back to the original moral of the story, shits on it, and then kind of ends.
Yeah, the moral was really just like thrown to the side.
Yeah, but the thing is, right, so they realise that the Powerpuff Girls do a few kicks and then all the cockroaches are dead. Like within like seconds of them going, yeah, you know what, we can kill them. Bang! The whole thing blows up and then it's just Roach Coach on the floor.
I thought the roaches were gonna like have a turnabout. They were gonna become it's like, no, we're gonna fight with you. But no, they just get killed. Because there was no compassion shown.
No, just instant death. And
Even
then
at the end, the professor squishes a spider, which pisses me off greatly. Never squish a spider.
Yeah, he did. He squished a spider.
Oh,
Yeah,
I didn't say that.
And then they just go, "Oh, what'd you do that for?" And it's like, "Oh, they just freaked me out." It's like, "You're a bastard."
The thing is,
They're
it's
good.
one of
They're
those
good
things, like
keep spiders alive. They're good.
Yeah.
They eat all the nasty thing. They keep things under control.
Yeah, like people.
Welcome to David Attenborough Hour with Dan.
I like spiders.
Yeah,
Fuck
spiders
cup.
are good. Fuck up. so basically, the thing is like, as children watching this is meant to be the moral for kids, isn't it? Like, don't kill everything because some things might be nice on the inside, but then the moral's wasted, and it's like, nah.
No, this thing's ugly on the inside
Yeah,
too. Kill it.
But then,
Inside
like,
Roach Coach, you're getting onto that.
if kids take
we'll
this
get to
really
that.
literally, when they grow up and they start like socializing with other human beings, and they start to think, actually, this human being's a bit rotten on the inside.
Kill it.
I'm gonna fucking kill him, you know. And then they'll be in the courts. And they'll be like, and the judge will be like, what's your deal? But
They all get to watch this episode.
They'd be in the
Yeah,
courts
and-
playing b-ball after school.
yeah, wait,
What?
that's from something.
Yeah, Fresh Prince
Hey
of
on.
Bel-Air.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Arnold.
Hang on. Football head.
What a wonderful time to play. That was Arthur.
Arthur.
Innit?
That's Arthur.
Just pulling him out. I did. Rugrats.
Anymore?
Now we're done.
Yeah, so like Roach Coach falls from an incredible height and we hear the sound of glass shattering and you think to yourself,
Yeah, you think that was the wrong sound effect.
Pretty brutal.
I love like...
I thought he fell on a car.
I thought he was straight out
You
dead.
know what would be the funniest thing?
He fell on a
This
car and
innocent-
shit on it.
No.
I wasn't even thinking that, but that's even better. No, I'll be like, all right, I'm taking my joke to the next level now. You've given me a little bit more.
Fuck.
So originally I
Apologies.
was gonna say if he just fell, there was the sound of glass smash, and you're like, I think they used the wrong sound effect. And instead, the real plot twist in this episode is that Roach Coach, the human being, is like a mechanical body
Yes.
with a cockroach inside, which is controlling it. And
Yeah.
he is the Roach Coach, much like Men in Black, like you were saying, with the little thing inside the man's head. But instead of that happening, it'd be great if he just like landed on a car, and they were like, "Oh, this is where our inevitable plot twist is meant to happen, where we're gonna see that he's a robot." And they come down, and it's just a man in pieces on top of a car, like blood and guts everywhere. But then when you said that thing about shit in the car, it'd be great if there was just blood and guts everywhere, and it's just like a horrific scene. And then some guy's like, "Damn, he destroyed my seat. And I just finished doing my poo in the back seat." It's just like...
I more meant because one of the Powerpuff Girls has shat on people's cars because
Yeah, he's in a
people are
throwback.
angry at them for no reason. Throwing back to earlier in the episode.
Ah,
Your
yeah.
face.
Yeah, that's a good point.
But yeah, so then this cockroach goes to prison and that's it. That's the end of that.
But his prison is a jar inside a cell inside a prison.
Yes.
What I liked is
It's free. It's a free tiered cake of a prison.
I like the motif of like Russian dolls. Massive giant cockroach monster. Then the man inside that man with another smaller cockroach.
Yeah.
And you can just keep going and going and going.
What would be inside the cockroach, Dan?
An even smaller cockroach.
And even smaller cockroach.
And inside that cockroach,
An even
a
smaller
tiny man.
That's fucking brilliant.
Yeah, so basically it seems like every episode has the same kind of
Structure.
structure to it. So
It's
like,
very fast paced.
which one was the
It
next
is.
one?
So the next one we
Collect Her.
watched, which was the first half of season 2, episode 2, was Collect Her, which
So
was
the
about
collector
Lenny.
was Lenny, typical, very stereotypical nerd.
Yeah,
He's overweight. He's got lots of spots. And
he owns a computer.
He owns a computer.
From the period, may I add.
Yeah, old.
Yeah.
And he's obsessed with collecting things to the point where he won't open anything. But it's just like, again, there are normal people who do that. Like, normal people can go out and collect things, not open them. They're not all obese and spotty, but this is the
No.
stereotype. This is the stereotype. You do.
Yeah.
So he's obsessed with Powerpuff Girls and then he realizes he's collected everything of the Powerpuff Girls.
There's one thing I wanted to point out about this. If you were the professor, i.e. the father of your 3 lovely young daughters, who I'd presume are around, given their size and whatever, they're around the age of 5, 6 or 7 at a push.
Yeah.
Right. Would you allow your 5 to 7-year-old daughter to have their image put onto things that people can buy in the public domain?
I was wondering
Fuck
that as
no.
well. That
Fuck
seems like
no.
a bit of a weird...
Well, he's probably looking for the money, isn't he?
Yeah, but they're saving the city all the time. Surely that brings in some big money.
Big money.
You know what he's like?
No, you need
he's
like
Michael
sponsors and
Jackson's
shit.
father.
Superheroes are free jobs. Spider-Man don't get paid.
I don't know. Is he? As bad?
Identical. He even looks like him.
Not at all.
He does.
Not at all.
He looks more like Professor Oak.
He does a bit. He does a bit.
Also, the lady who voices Tommy from the Rugrats also voices Buttercup.
You can hear it.
You can definitely hear it because I picked up on it straight away.
Well, I'm surprised you picked up on it so fast. I can't remember Rugrats for the life of me. Remember, I watched it.
Oh, you got to remember Tommy's voice. He's got a well distinctive voice because he's like a 3-year-old smoker.
Bubbles are fun. Bubbles are fun. It's like that.
Okay, Tommy, it's okay.
Sand pits.
Just go to sleep.
Fun.
Just go to sleep. Shh.
Was he a Tommy impression?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
You went to hear my Chucky impression.
Oh, God, no.
Fuck. Right.
Bubbles are fun.
So this episode you got the collector.
Yeah.
Says to Powerpuff Girls. He then goes to the shop, buys the latest thing, goes on his computer, and his computer tells him you've got everything.
Yeah.
So he realizes he's completed his collection, and he goes fucking mental.
Yeah.
So what does he decide to do? He decides to fucking commit many crimes.
Well, it initially starts off with breaking and entering into the Powerpuff Girls' home and stealing random items that belong to them.
Yeah, so like Buttercup's... Is it Buttercup? She's beating up some meat on
a sack of meat, yeah.
And he steals that.
It starts with Bubbles drawing.
Well, he steals Bubbles'
crayons.
crayons.
Yeah, and Bubbles thinks it's Buttercup, has a go at Buttercup. Buttercup's like, listen, bruv, I haven't taken it. And as she turns around to have her beef with Bubbles,
her beef
she
gets
turns
stolen.
back and her beef is gone. and she's like, my beef. And then they're like, Blossom, where have you taken my beef and Bubbles' drawing and her crayons? What the fuck, man? And Blossom's like, hey, I haven't taken anything. She puts down her brush and you think, she's going to take her brush. And what does he take, Steph? Because I don't remember.
Her brush. I
don't remember.
Hair clip.
Yeah, and she's
clip.
like, my hair clip, bro.
It was.
Why have you taken my hair clip? And then they think, shit, it must be the professor. That guy's a dick. He's been like Michael Jackson's dad this whole time. We haven't realised it.
They didn't even talk about the professor, by the way.
No, they didn't. No, they didn't. They just realised there's something fishy going on because everything's being nicked by a
so
nicker.
then they decide to go out.
I hope the knickers didn't get stolen.
Dan.
Wouldn't be surprised.
That's out of order.
No. I mean, this whole episode was just a bit... It was just a pervert. That's all it was to me when I was looking at it.
Yeah,
you're right.
It was
borderline. Perverse. It is perverse.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
These are little girls.
Not good.
These are little girls. But the thing is, I do...
Also, interesting use of instead of the word thief.
Thief?
What do they use?
You.
Nicker.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a nicker. He's
a filcher.
A filcher. Yeah, you can have a filcher.
Oh, I don't know. Filching is...
You can have a robber. Good. You can have a robber. He could be a taker of things.
Yeah, a thief.
He could be a thief. But I prefer the word nicker.
He's definitely a thief.
Yeah.
He's a scallywag.
He's a right scallywag. He's a fucking scoundrel.
He's a wrong one.
Which is what the professor said.
Right, yeah. So the Powerpuff Girls go out into town and he then sees them and he's like, right, this is my chance. I can steal them. So he then pleads help. Powerpuff Girls go and help him.
In the most convincing way possible, man.
Yeah, it's just like...
Yeah,
so then he puts them in a packaging, which he inexplicably has. Yeah. Makes them smaller.
Yeah.
Yeah, weird superpowers this guy has. He can enter places unseen, and nothing's ever like steal their shit without them knowing. He must be like really stealthy, and none of it's ever explained.
Sorry.
Well, I was waiting for it. It was about time.
The burp, yeah. Yeah, so then like this is the bit that was just weird. Right? So then the professor instantly realises, the Powerpuff Girls are stolen.
Yeah.
So he just instantly knows.
Yeah, everything has to move fast paced. It's only 10 minutes.
Sorry. No, go on.
You okay?
You sure?
Go on.
Sure. So then he goes to the mayor and he's like, Mayor, we need to find the girls. They're gone.
And he's like,
so then the mayor goes,
they can come visit me anytime they want.
Yeah, the mayor's an idiot. So the mayor goes, right, assemble the town. So the whole town turn up outside the mayor's office, and then he like counts them and he knows who's missing.
This is a city. This
That's
is
amazing.
definitely the home of, I would say, 764,000 people.
Yeah, I'll do.
Good. I was waiting for your confirmation because you're the one who really knows.
Yes.
What's the real figure?
What did you say?
764,000.
Oh, 764,001.
Oh, shit. Oh, I missed Lenny.
Yeah, see, because Lenny was missing. So then the whole town go to Lenny's to fucking kill him. Like,
it's like a fucking pogrom or a massacre or some shit in the olden days.
Yeah, so they all go to kill him. And then it turns out they don't beat him up at all. What they do is they open his collectibles and that hurts him.
Yeah, the professor kind of enlists small children to just like tear open his belongings, and which kind of subversely tortures a 30-year-old fucking computer nerd.
Yeah.
Until he just gives in. And he's like, they're on the shelf. He could have fucking looked in the first place. He lives in a flat.
They're on the top. They're on the top shelf. I'm pretty sure he would put them in the most conspicuous place so we could look at them all the time. Well, wasn't hard to see, was it? Really?
This is it.
I think a bit of an idiot.
I think the professor was just getting some kicks out of torturing an overweight boy. You know, he was like, "Hey, I'm gonna torture you."
Well done. Yeah, but then so. Yeah, then they undone the packets, and then the Powerpuff Girls came out, and then he was arrested and put in prison.
Yeah.
End of the episode.
The thing is, these episodes are very quick, but it's to the benefit of them, I think.
Yeah,
because
because a lot of the jokes they come fast and they come quick, and
Yes.
some of them go a bit nowhere, but it's like throwing spaghetti at the wall. So that's why the sharp comedy does come across quite well.
Yeah.
Most of the time.
Another thing I wanted to say, now we've kind of gone over a couple of the episodes, the art style, really fucking like it. The heavy, chunky, thick black lines and the kind of, in the next episode, it's really apparent. Sometimes things sometimes seem unfinished. Like, colour palettes don't seem to be full palettes and stuff, and there doesn't seem to be a lot of definition in stuff. Like, and they have, broad scenes of Townsville, the city, and it's literally like the city is pink and the sky is like a slightly different shade of pink, and it's just divided by jagged lines.
Yeah.
And it's like, explaining that probably doesn't sound too appealing, but it has a way of being quite pleasing on the eye. And the thing which I think highlighted the art style the most is the sofa in the next episode.
Yes.
Do you see what I mean?
Yeah. The
but
sofa was great.
It's so fucking peculiar, and you're like, what the fuck? It doesn't work, but it does.
It does work.
It just does work. It just has this weird kooky art style, which totally goes to its benefit.
Yeah. So talking about, should we jump to the next episode?
Yes. So that is called Supper Villain.
That's right. So in Supper Villain, we're introduced to the next door neighbours of the Powerpuff Girls. The Smiths.
Yes.
Now, the sofa, as Tom was talking about, the outline of the sofa was spot on. You had the back, the armrest, and everything.
Yeah.
But imagine that see-through, and then it just slapped a brown square behind it.
That is literally it. That is literally
didn't fit the sofa at all.
Yeah.
It looked like lazy art style, but it just worked.
Yeah, it's strange, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's strange. It's a silhouette of a sofa with a brown square behind it.
Yeah.
But it's one of those things, you shouldn't ever notice a sofa in a cartoon. It's not something you ever really think of, except if it's the Simpsons sofa, because that thing's fucking iconic.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? That's got
a
personality of its own.
Yeah, it does.
But it's nothing you ever really recognise. You don't recognise furniture in a cartoon. You're too focused on characters. This is the first time, I think, ever where I've really thought to myself, the decor of a fucking children's cartoon has actually come into my mind as something apparent in a fucking episode.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah,
I liked it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so this episode follows the next door neighbours, the Smiths.
So this is the one I don't get.
This is the one I like the most.
Nothing. I was waiting for the big reveal, and the big reveal was really shit.
But this is the one I like the most. This is my favourite.
Basically, the guy's bored of living mundane life. He wakes up, has his shower, has his pancakes, go to work. He has the most mundane
But it's the same thing
job.
every day. So he's putting on his tie, and
Yeah,
his
like,
wife's
so,
like, "We got a surprise for breakfast, pancakes," and it's the same thing
every day. And his job's boring.
Oh,
and
his
then-
son, actually.
His
His son was great.
fucking
His son was
brilliant.
His son changes every day.
Yeah, that's true.
In a sense.
But like, what was his son? The first thing he said,
Hate this family.
"I hate this family." Yeah,
Typical like teenage angst.
yeah.
It was like, I hate this family. I hate you.
Nobody understands me. He was fucking brilliant.
Yeah.
But it's like that adult humour. Like, when you're a kid, that will kind of go over your head because you're kind of below that stage of life. You just think, that boy's a bit miserable. But as an adult, you kind of just take it on its comedy value as, like, typical fucking angsty teenager.
Yeah,
And it
yeah.
becomes quite fucking humorous.
Yeah,
because it's
but
totally out of
Oh, it's
context.
because it's out of nowhere. Like
yeah.
his dad sits on the sofa and the kid just goes, I hate you. Out of nowhere.
But the dad doesn't respond to anything. He's just always looking straight at the camera, just dead forward with that kind of, like, dead
Just
expression in his eyes.
glazed look. Yeah, he's just bored.
Yeah.
And every now and again he goes into a cupboard and drills something.
What did he drill?
Yeah, Steph, you might need to start giving some context.
No, he doesn't. No.
So
what
basically,
it could be.
well, I'll fucking do it then. If you're not going to drop the bomb, I'm going to fucking launch a megaton on the viewers.
What's he drilling, Tom?
Right, so basically, he every day after work, he goes in, he's got this mundane look, but he sneaks off into this separate side room and you hear drilling. We're all contemplating, what could this guy be up to? Could he be building a robot? Could he be changing the batteries in a very large remote?
I just want to know. I want to know.
I know.
What's
But
he doing,
Steph
Tom?
seems to know. He's having a fucking whale of a time using his drill dough. Which, for the viewers and listeners, if you don't know, imagine a dildo on a drill. You got it. That's a drill dough. So,
The episode would
fucking
have been,
hell.
it would have been so much better.
Where'd you go from here?
Isn't the wife that said that the
He's the
Powerpuff
most
Girls...
ambitious supervillain I've ever seen in my life.
the Powerpuff Girls come round for
Cleaned
dinner,
his teeth with that shit.
and he hates the Powerpuff Girls. So when they come round to dinner, he goes to his drill dough cupboard.
Yeah.
His wife goes, no private time today. I was like, no wonder he went mental. He needs.
He needs dildo time.
He needs to like let off some steam.
Oh, you know what? It'd be great if he had a collection and he's just got like different names for them. He's got like, I don't know, he's got like his bog standard, like Terry the drill dough. But
Terry
he's
the
got like armor drill dough.
Drilladon.
Oh god.
How to teach a drill dough to cross the road.
But the thing is, but the thing is, right? When he finally revealed what it was, I don't understand where the drilling was even coming from.
No, that's a good point. So he kind of reveals himself eventually after snapping, effectively.
Yeah, so he hates the Powerpuff Girls for some reason because they're next door neighbours. So he hates his next door neighbour.
Yeah.
So then the wife invites Powerpuff Girls around for dinner. He can't take it, like Dan said. Eventually, he snaps, goes into his cupboard, and there the girls are talking about how they took on Mojo Jojo and they took him down, and no supervillain can best them. And then he bursts out of the closet in this costume,
Like a
with
condom.
like a spark on his head.
Yeah, how is he conducting electricity?
I don't know.
I
I
thought
love
that
it if
was
he
the
just
drill.
turns around and it's like... oh, that's how he does it. Friction.
I thought the thing on his head was the drill dough.
Yeah, so then he comes out, right? But then this is like, it's quite good because like there was this really awkward bit where he got the professor and held a gun up to the professor's head.
It was a hairdryer.
It looked like it, yeah, it looked like a hairdryer. He said
Maybe that's
it
what
was
he's
gonna
drilling.
Hairdryer
vaporise-
with a reticle on the top.
Yeah, he said he was going to vaporise the professor's head.
That was the drill dough.
That was the drill. So then, but then the wife's like, "No, you can't ruin my dinner." Like, doesn't even call attention to the fact he's now dressed in like a unitard with a fucking bolt on his head, sparking away. So then,
And a drill
that's
dough hanging out of his arse. Oh, not at the table.
not again.
Harold.
Harold.
So they're sat having dinner, with the guy holding a gun to the professor the whole time. It was good. I quite enjoyed it.
Once again, the subtle humour, mainly from the professor, with like they're all speeding through their dinners because the Powerpuff Girls and him are kind of having this silent
Yeah, because the
standoff.
Powerpuff Girls won't attack him till dinner's over.
Yeah, and so they're having this kind of silent standoff, and the professor's in the middle of it all, and he's just going, "This is so delicious, Mrs. Smith. I'm just gonna take my time and enjoy it."
Savor every morsel.
Yeah. He's great in this episode. Professor's really kind of like subtly funny. He's brilliant, man.
And then they finally eat their dinner. She brings out dessert. They have a food fight.
Who wants dessert? I do!
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have a food fight, and then the police burst through the front door and arrest him.
Who called the police?
And that's literally...
Yeah.
Oh, well, we have the kind of cliffhanger of his wife at the end.
Oh, yeah.
Where his wife's like, "Those Powerpuff Girls ruined my dinner."
I'm pretty sure
And then
your
it's just
husband ruined your dinner. And
Yeah,
the
the Powerpuff
police,
Girls
who
are
no
not-
one called,
Yeah.
ruined your dinner.
The Powerpuff
Yeah.
Girls are nothing but polite.
But I had a theory about this, right? So we weren't sure about how kind of he went from this guy to this crazed maniac.
Yeah.
Too much drill
Right.
going.
Well, I think his obsession with way too much drill doing.
You've got to ease up on this
He's
thing.
gone
You
from
can't...
a hobby to an obsession. Not healthy.
Not healthy. It's not healthy to do it too much, kids. Just...
Kids.
Fuck.
Dan.
Next.
Anyway.
Steady. Move on. So basically, kids over the age of 18. So basically, Harold? It is Harold, isn't it?
It
Harold
began with
Smith.
a H. I'm
Mr.
going with Harold.
Smith.
Mr. Smith.
Herbert.
Herbert Smith.
Hugh.
Soldier Boy.
I was going to say, no, don't sing Soldier Boy.
So basically, like, I think, like, he's obsessed with a uniform world, or at least that's the world he knows, and that's the world he's been introduced to, been brought up in. That's the only world he knows. That's what his existence. Everything is straight down the line. He walks a middle path. The thing is, the Powerpuff Girls. The thing is, I think because he's so fixed on walking this middle path, the only thing which can change his life potentially is chaos. That's the only thing which can change his life. And the Powerpuff Girls are the only thing standing in the way of chaos. Every time there's the opportunity for drastic change by something terrible happening, or at least it's perceived to be terrible, you know, he thinks this is exciting, like with Mojo Jojo holding up the bank. He thinks this is going to be huge change. This can change everything. Like, there'll be no more jobs, there'll be chaos, there'll be anarchy, and it'll be great because it'll be freedom. But then the Powerpuff Girls stop it, and things remain the same. And if they keep stopping the chaos and things remain the same, it means he wakes up again every morning, eats his pancakes again every morning, goes to work every day, puts his mustard in his jar every day, comes back home every night, watches the TV for 20 minutes every night, goes to bed in the evening, says goodnight to his wife, goes to sleep, and then wakes up again the next morning and does it all again until the potential hope of chaos rears its head again, and then he can start to live for the best part of 10 minutes.
That's
Very poignant.
Yeah, it's a very beautiful point, but I mean, I was just waiting for you to get the point where you said, and then he goes into his cupboard and drills himself. Sits on the couch, goes to the cupboard, had a drill down.
Sorry, dear. I just need to go to the bathroom. I might be some time. You just hear.
Oh God, he must have like bad hemorrhoids or something going on.
Yeah, right. So that was it. Would you watch another episode of Powerpuff Girls, Dan? I know what Tom's answer is already.
Probably not, but I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it for what it was. I think the comedy was great.
You got a Tom?
I'm just saying, I just wouldn't be pulled. It's very funny, silly humour. Maybe I regret not watching it as a kid. Maybe because it was funny. I
feel like Dan's being bullied by Tom here.
Nah. I think what it was is another reason why I didn't watch it when I was younger.
The landmine's
It was
gonna
called
blow.
The Powerpuff Girls. Why would I take my time out to watch something about a bunch of girls? That's a typical young boy thing to do, isn't it, I suppose? But, no, I think it's a very, very good for what it was. Very funny. And like you were just going into detail about it, it's got good ideas behind each episode, or a moral lesson, which is sometimes left at the wayside, but that's part of the joke as well. But I wouldn't watch another one. I haven't got the time.
stay up till 6 in the morning playing Black Flag.
I know, it's ridiculous. I'm a hypocrite.
Yeah, I wouldn't watch another one. The landmine's ready. I look like I'm about to cry.
So, Tom?
God, he's gonna kill us.
Would you?
At least we're filming it.
I'll take that silence as a no. No, he would not.
Yeah, because like it was good, but I don't have enough childhood attachment to them like I do. Like I know I'm watching Dragon Ball Z at the moment, and but it's great, and I loved it as a kid, so it's really like that's what's driving it as well. But it's funny, but it's not funny enough. Tom?
Well, I loved it, and I would watch it endlessly. I fucking love Powerpuff Girls, and might I just say, there's definitely nothing wrong with a small boy watching a cartoon about small girls called the Powerpuff Girls, and he definitely won't grow up to be gay.
Your mic's been very weird today.
Why?
That's just...
What's happening?
It's just not doing it properly. Right, carry on. Sorry.
Yeah, so of course...
No, there shouldn't be any problem with young boys watching whatever they want.
Young boys can watch whatever they want these days. They can watch Powerpuff Girls, they can watch Powerpuff Boys, they can watch Powerpuff...
I think I watched something when I was a bit
Gender
younger.
fluids.
What was it? It was on like Nicktoons or something, or Fox
Powerpuff
Kids.
Gender Fluids.
They've probably got some shit
That
like that
sounds
this day,
terrible.
hasn't it?
Wait, sorry, well, that just flew over my head.
Yeah, well, like...
Glad
the thing
I
is,
don't want
it's
it on
like-
my head.
Sorry, Dan, I just spilled some gender fluid on my head.
No, not again.
That is such a good name for spunk. Gender fluid.
Right, should we move on to the game?
Oh, do we have to?
Yeah.
We do.
So we played the PlayStation 1 game.
Which is Powerpuff Girls Chemical Extraction. That's with an X because it means it's good.
Chemical X.
Traction. Yeah, which is what they're made of. As well as sugar spice and everything nice.
Sugar, spice and everything.
So
nice.
this game was released in November 8th, 2001. So basically just 3 years or thereabouts after the series was first released in North America. And it was developed by This Entertainment and published by BAM Entertainment.
The burp is part of their name.
Yeah, published by BAM Entertainment.
Noted by an exclamation mark before the BAM.
Yes, after
Before the BAM?
after the BAM. Because then it'd just be BAM. Rather than BAM! Sorry.
Cheers for that.
But yeah, so
He
this...
told him his mic's not working, so he's decided to use all
Yeah,
three
he's
of
just
them.
going to scream.
So yeah, like Steph said, this was for the PlayStation 1 and it was for the Nintendo 64 as well, but we played the PlayStation 1 version because apparently it's the comprehensively best version you could possibly play.
Well, no, the thing was, on the review, it said it got average scores or something, but the PlayStation 1 got abysmal scores. But then, when I looked for reviews, I only found one review for the N64, and it was Nintendo Power, giving it a 2.5
2.5 out of 10.
2.5 out of 5 or 6.
Oh, so perfectly
No, 5,
average game.
okay.
But Nintendo
Right.
Power, of course they're going to do it. It's Nintendo Power.
No.
Right,
They were the ones that gave like
yeah.
a 10 to like every fucking Nintendo game, because obviously
Yeah.
they couldn't go like...
Something
"It's a bit
about
shit."
their name as a kind of magazine reviewer indicates that they might be slightly biased.
Slightly biased.
You know, it's like if you had a magazine reviewer called the Assassin's Creed Weekly, you know, because they literally bring out a new game every fucking week.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, so we played the PS1 version. Now, we do have a story about this.
Oh dear.
So,
yes.
when me and Tom were kids, we went to
This story.
a game shop. It was
I reckon it was Game Station.
Game Station, that was it.
Yeah,
in Enfield.
old school. Yeah,
Games, bargain
And,
bin, bills.
They had like a, as you do, like the bargain bucket as you walked in.
Yeah.
And it was 3 PS1 games
I like Game
for
Station.
£10. Right? So we thought, great, let's pool our money together and build up the big bucks to buy 3 PlayStation 1 games.
Hell yeah.
So the deal was, because we were both paying for them, we thought we'd buy only games that we could play 2-player on.
Yes.
And we'd buy stuff that we didn't have. Like, if Tom had something I didn't have it, then we wouldn't buy that just for me. We'd buy something that we were always going to play together.
Yeah.
That was the rule. So we picked up Hogs of War,
Mm-hmm. Born to Grill.
Born to Grill, which was
You know
great.
what was great about it as well? Rick Mail did the voices.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. He went, hi-ho, diddly-do.
We picked up... I can't remember what the other game was.
No, that one always eludes me. I don't remember that one either.
It's
only the two I remember.
But then the only one left that we could actually get was Powerpuff Girls. And we both thought, yeah, fuck it, let's do it.
It was mainly on my recommendation.
Yeah.
I was like, look, Steph, I know Powerpuff Girls, and just by looking at that thing, I can tell it's going to be the best game we've ever played. And I was right.
Right, he was.
Ooh, he was indeed. So, the game. What's happened is the girls have baked a pie.
Yes.
They've poured some chemical X into it.
Yes.
And Mojo Jojo has stolen the pie and he's fed it to all the main supervillains of the Powerpuff Girls.
Yes. So they've gained, I wouldn't say complete powers, but a fraction of the powers that the Powerpuff Girls have in an attempt to overthrow them. It's like a big villain coup, effectively.
Yeah. Now they're strong enough to pick up objects and throw them.
Yeah, Dan.
Yeah.
So up until that point, the game was pretty good.
But did we say when this game came out?
Yes,
2001.
November 8th, 2001.
2001.
Yes.
The opening sequence, the FMV and all that.
Yeah, the FMVs are good.
Yeah, the FMV did look good.
They're really true to the original source material.
They recreated the sugar and spicing.
Yeah. So they have like
blocks.
Yeah, so totally recreated in a 3D render, which is quite pleasing to the eye. And they've got like a vague cell shading graphics thing going on, which, as with most cell shading, I'm not going to say all, but most, it's still relatively pleasing to the eye. Like it's not a terrible looking game for the most part, but it's by no means like it's not like Beautiful Joe. Like that sort of cell shading. No, that sort of cell shading is literally fucking timeless. Like you look at it today and you're like, that's still pretty as all.
Still looks great.
Yeah. But you know, it's there, but it's kind of like it is what it is. You know?
Yeah.
But yeah, so the FMV sequences, like really well done. Quite, pretty good. It's got all the original voice actors. Even the narrator is the original narrator from the TV series, which is great because he's got all of his kind of like typical like charm and humour going on. So that's cool. But yeah, things do become like crumble a little bit when you start getting into the actual game itself.
When you actually play the game is where it falls apart.
Yeah, unfortunately.
So the game essentially is how many? 6, 7, or 8 boss fights?
6 or 7.
Yeah, it's what I mean.
Use your microphone with your words.
I know I was stretching. I was like, oh.
Yeah, so it's like a kind of like collection of 6 or 7 just straightforward fights, really.
Yeah,
just with the villains of the town,
Yeah, the fighting was basically you could kick them, you could jump and Sonic the Hedgehog them when you jump, and then you just like jump into them.
Yeah.
And then you could pick up items around and lob them at your opponent.
Which seemed to be which
was intended.
Yeah, and pushed for, if anything. Because that's all the villains mainly did until the last stages.
Yeah. So then, if you hit them, they dropped Chemical X. If you've got 3 Chemical X, you get a power move.
Yeah. I mean, this game is a very, very cheap rip-off of Power Stone from the Dreamcast.
Which was released 2 years beforehand.
Yeah.
I think it was 2 years before.
And I mean, that's saying something, because Power Stone and Power Stone 2 are fucking timeless
Amazing
games. They're awesome. And I can see what they're trying to do. They're trying to have, like, the environments being interactive, and you can, like, pick up things and throw them and use things, blah, blah. But it's just like, in Power Stone, things had weight. Like, you picked up big objects and you kind of lumbered about with it, and they would do lots of damage, but you sacrificed your speed and mobility. You had weapons which were long range, you could shoot with them. You had short range, like swords and this, that, and the other. Everything was adapting to, like, your opponent.
Yeah.
And so the game was fluid, and it moved. But the thing is with this game, you pick something up, you can power it up a bit, and just lob it. But that is it. It doesn't affect your speed. It doesn't really affect anything else. You just pick it up and you decide when you want to let go of the button.
And then if your opponent picks something up, if you can't get behind a wall or something, you're going to get hit.
Yeah.
So there's no way to dodge it.
Yeah, it's pretty much homing.
You're going to get hit. And then if your opponent managed to get a kick on you, they're going to get at least 3 more before you can break away from it.
Yeah.
So it's quite like the gameplay is very cheap. Like that is the only way to describe it. It's very cheap.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like it was clearly such a kind of like rushed game.
Yeah, it was.
And so it's had no thought process of like the actual mechanics of what affects what. It doesn't have that domino effect like games should, where like if you found out a certain strategy, there's a like rock paper scissors scenario where there is always something that can beat your strategy. You will always have to adapt. The problem with this is that there are like 2 or 3 certain things that you can do and abuse endlessly, and you'll probably win. And that goes for the opponent
which
as well.
you'll see in the gameplay.
Yeah, you will.
Yeah.
Some top level strategies.
Oh god, the gameplay was.
So I mean, I played it.
It's
And
high
it was,
tech.
I thought it was very difficult because I was trying to pick things up and throw them. But you pick something up, then there's a delay, then you can charge, then you can throw. But in that time, your enemies pick something up and lobbed it straight at you, and you drop your thing.
Yeah.
So it was very much like you pick it up and you have a chance to hit them, but more likely you're going to get hit.
Yes.
Then you stunned. Then they come over and kick you a load. Then you manage to fly away and then rinse and repeat.
Yes, basically.
Tom found a technique where you jump Sonic the Hedgehog them over and over again.
Yeah, well, the thing is, we had a few issues with control in this game, and I'm not too sure if it's the disc we had or the controller we had.
Game
We
was
just
a bit busted up.
Yeah,
or
like
the
we-
controller.
Yeah.
Or the PlayStation.
Yeah, like something was like you'll see like watching like the gameplay as well. Like there was a lot of pausing going on. Like
It didn't help.
no, so like but like I remember when I used to play it like when I was younger, and there was a strategy where if you just spin on the D-pad continuously really fast in a circle, like around or near your enemy, it glitches them out, and they will kind of endlessly taunt or endlessly flinch in the area, and then you can basically quickly tap between X and circle and just spam jump moves. So like, basically if we had everything working well in the half an hour, I'm relatively confident I could have 100%ed it with all 3 girls in the half an hour.
Well, in 20 minutes.
I think I could have done.
Oh, big.
Big statement.
So you
I know.
complete- you complete
This is groundbreaking stuff here, Dan. This is a world first.
So you basically... to give-
Nobody's this sad.
Give them some context. No, this is sad.
Yeah,
Give us
nobody's
some
sad enough to
context.
try it.
You have the 3 girls. So you pick Bossum or whoever you pick.
Bad choice.
You play
Bubbles is
the
top
same
tier.
levels as each other, so you literally have to play through the same enemies
Yes.
in the same environment.
Wait, you have to do all 3 of them
All
to
3 of
get to
them.
the end of the game.
Yeah.
Well, effectively, yeah.
Oh, bloody
So then you do this jumping, hitting technique. You beat one of them, and it's like 17% of the game done
Yes.
for that character.
Yeah.
In like 15 minutes, Tom got to like
10 minutes.
80, or was it 10 minutes? He got to like 80 something percent.
85, Mojo Jojo.
He got up to Mojo Jojo. The game was just too broken to carry on playing.
Yeah,
It was just
it's good.
bloody ridiculous. Like, so yeah, I can imagine you could complete this in like 20 minutes.
Yeah. It can be done.
Great.
There you go, Dan. You wouldn't have any late nights with Powerpuff Girls.
Yeah, damn straight.
I mean, hell, I'd be
It's-
put to
it's-
sleep well before I finish the game.
Hey.
But like, the thing is, it's like I can see what they wanted. I can see what they were trying to achieve, and the thing is, it's like on one level, I think to myself, I don't know. The thing is, we don't know the situation of like quite the situation of the developer or the publisher or what exactly what was going on there.
No.
But the thing is that I think like if they were given more time, more resources, money, something, or if they had like a team which actually was more dedicated to the project, it's very possible you could have got, a Power Stone clone. And although yes, it's based off something and it is ripping something off, you could have had a clone which was actually really fucking fun and really good to play if just more time, care, and emphasis was put into it. So I can see like it's one of those things like it's like I know what it is.
Oh.
It's you look in the distance, right?
Yeah.
And you see the most beautiful woman you've ever seen in your life.
Yeah.
She's coming closer.
Yeah.
She's got a smile on her face.
Oh, yeah.
Your face lights up because you think, oh my God, that's the most beautiful woman I've ever seen. So then I says to her, that ain't an escape tunnel, that's my bumhole. Isn't that the best joke I've ever told?
Oh, my God. My life is never going to be the same.
Oh, that was... That,
God, that was pure gold.
I mean, that's the funniest 20-minute joke you'll ever hear, viewers. Damn, it's a good thing we recorded it.
It's a good thing nothing went wrong, eh?
Man, that was great. Whoa.
Great.
I don't think I'll ever tell a joke like that again. Viewers will probably never hear one again. Oh.
Lucky we got it on video and recording. Great.
That's so
We definitely got it on video.
Yeah,
That's
funny.
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
That's
Where
funny.
were we anyway?
So basically, right?
You're talking about this shit show of a game.
Yes. So we were saying how like the game just has no content to it because essentially it's got 7 levels that you repeat 3 times.
No, I mean I was talking about the potential it like could have.
Oh yeah,
Yes,
well
yes.
yeah, it could have.
And
but
it's
it's a
lady with a
typical
mole.
thing.
yeah.
It
I like a
tries.
mole. It depends where the mole is. If you get like a beauty spot, that's
Where
our
would,
fault.
where would a mole be unacceptable, Dan? On a beautiful woman's face.
Don't know.
I don't know. It wouldn't really bother me on an eyeball.
No,
That
there
would throw
is
me off on a tooth.
there's what what.
Well, I'm just trying to think because like mole, you
there's-
can't do
there's
anything
one
about a
tooth in
mole.
There's
Big
one
problem.
place I think is universally everyone would say that's a bad place to have a mole.
Right in your nose.
Yes,
Yeah, it's awkward
like
to look
beautiful woman.
But there's nothing they can do about it. I mean, they
It's-
can get it removed, but there's nothing they can do
It's
about
like
it.
that actress Selma Hayek. She's so
no
pretty.
idea you mean.
All right, well she's
No,
like
I know.
she's very pretty and she's very curvaceous. She's a very attractive woman, right? But she's got a monobrow. And like every time I look at her face, I think like you're beautiful, but you look like you could shoot laser beams. Do you know what I mean?
Sign of wisdom.
What laser beams?
No.
Laser beams from the eyes.
Laser beams.
I'm white.
Monobrows.
Is it a sign of wisdom?
Yeah. Someone told me that once.
What did he have a monobrow?
Yeah.
Oh, these make you smart.
You have no idea, mate.
Anyway, to the game.
Yeah.
So it's a typical thing. They try and clone a successful game,
Yeah, it's
and they just half-ass it and make it shit.
I picked.
Because there was nothing. There was like every now and again a health cube would drop if your health got too low. That's the only power up that isn't these fucking Chemical X R1 button.
there's no variation.
There's nothing to it.
No. It's slapdash and it feels like a game which was made in a matter of I'm gonna say months, but when I say months I mean like a small number of months. You know, it feels like this thing was churned out in 3 to 6 months.
It's a game that deserves to be in a bargain bin.
It's true. We should have known.
At least we got one good game. 'Cause Hogs of War was great fun.
Hogs of War was awesome. Hogs of War was
10
awesome.
quid. That's
Yeah.
great.
But like, yeah, I mean,
Oh god, when you said at one point that you thought you paid a full £30 for it, I was like,
at
No.
first I was like,
They
I'm
couldn't even-
pretty sure
I think
I would
anyone-
pay an insane amount of money for a game with Powerpuff Girls in it.
that's the thing. I'd feel sorry for anyone that paid the full price for that game. Woof.
Woof.
Woof indeed.
Woof.
Yeah. Basically, what's the worst game you've paid full price for? There's a question. Detracting a little bit, but I thought, you know, we've gone into a good transition. It's a good time to see what is the worst full price game you've bought.
It's a good question because I don't really buy many games outright full price.
No.
Unless I know they're going to be good.
Yes. It's a tough one, isn't it?
Nah, because I always buy games that I just know I'm gonna like.
I'd say the one that I was most disappointed by. Not saying it was a bad game at all because it was good, but I was just disappointed. Fallout 4.
Oh.
I bought that like full price, and I did get a lot of time of it because I played on PC. I got a lot of time out of it.
Yeah.
But it just wasn't what I thought it was going to be compared to what I loved about Fallout 3,
Yeah.
Oblivion, Skyrim. It just didn't grip me as well as them ones.
Yes.
I never played New Vegas. Everyone bangs on about how great it is.
Everyone says it's the best one. I've not played it either.
No, everyone says it is.
I've never really got into the Fallout games.
That's all right, Dan. Don't worry about it.
But yeah, that's probably that's the one that comes to mind.
I still got to play Bioshock.
Fallout 4. I think my
Oh, dear.
worst full price expenditure. Oh.
I've got mine now.
Oh, go on. You do yours first. I need to have a little think. Go on. What's yours?
I loved on the Dreamcast. I loved the Sonic Adventure games. Loved them. And then Shadow the Hedgehog came out.
Oh!
And I mean, I was just buying them because I like Sonic. And then, oh my god, that was just...
It was like a
I think I
rollerblading
got that
simulator with a
cheap.
handgun, wasn't it?
Yeah, basically, yeah.
God,
I
That's
got
not
that
as,
cheap.
it wasn't
and
as fun as it sounds.
the thing is, when it came out, I was young, so I thought it was great because I was like, "Oh, it's Sonic with a gun! Yeah, this is what it should be."
it was
Yeah.
almost
And then, like,
unplayable.
I watched gameplay footage like few like months ago, or whatever, and I was
Yeah.
like, this looks so bad.
It was terrible.
So I'm going to keep it in my memory as being great.
Yeah,
Even though I know it was terrible.
I know when I buy games, I generally that I'm going to like it and that I'm
Yeah.
going to finish it.
Yeah.
That's the main thing. I buy a game and I finish a game
Yeah.
before I go on to anything else. That's the OCD, the obsessive stuff coming out there.
Hmm.
But that stopped. Because, I mean, it was also a really long game because you had to go through every goddamn path. And I'm like,
Yeah.
boring as hell.
Yeah, because there were like multiple paths, weren't there, to get multiple endings and shit.
Yes, but none of them were particularly interesting.
None of them were good.
No.
Go on, then, Tom, what was your one?
Mine is Devil May Cry 2. Because I absolutely...
Really?
Yeah, I absolutely
I
adore...
thought it was supposed to be really good.
No, Devil May Cry 2 is shit.
Or is it
like,
3 that's really good?
3's like fucking like one of my best games ever made.
2's a really hard one, or is it the really easy one?
2's really...
or is it the really medium one?
Is it the one where they changed the character, didn't they?
Yeah, you... No, well, maybe...
They
yeah.
changed Dante.
No, you could be Dante, but you could be a girl called Lucille, I think, as
Oh,
well.
girl, that's your problem right there.
Oh,
Sorry, viewers.
I hate women.
Don't worry, we don't have any female viewers.
It's true, I have persecuted a bit this
I'm
episode.
sure there's
Much
some.
like the poor cockroaches we mentioned earlier. But no, Devil May
Don't
Cry...
liken women to cockroaches.
Insects, a lot of them.
No. Oh, God, I apologise.
Yeah. So I love Devil May Cry 1. Like, fucking brilliant game. Adored it. And picked up... I think I did pay full price for Devil May Cry 2 and it was coming out, so like it was about 40 quid. And it's... Like, Devil May Cry 1, kind of straight off the bat, it was kind of fluid and the mechanics worked really well, so combat was like water. It was effortless. Like you kind of expect from Devil May Cry games.
Yeah, lovely combat.
Basically, 2 was kind of combinations of 3 with your sword. So it's just like... Just mashing. There's nothing to it. They had all these big environments that were all the same, all bland. It was fucking shocking. But because I'd paid that amount of money for it, I was like, I've got to play it endlessly.
Oh.
It's not like today's society where games are abundant. And you could pay like, you know, a load of money and get 5 CD codes online. And you're like, I can do what I want. I'm fucking great.
Let me change my answer, actually. Final Fantasy 13.
Oh.
Still haven't finished that.
Bloody hell. We haven't finished it.
Well, no, because technically I did get to the end of Shadow the Hedgehog. I got to the end of one path. That counts. That's all you need, really. Final Fantasy 13, haven't finished.
I played it and gave up.
I finished it twice and don't know why. It's one of those things like, it's like I blanked my mind for a second playthrough. Just kind of like, just went into zombie mode and then it was just like,
And the fact that it's got like
completed the game.
loads of sequels as well. I'm just sort of like,
It's got the most annoying characters as well.
Oh, they're fucking awful.
Hope. Fuck.
Hope
fuck
and the girl as well. She's got the most irritating voice.
Vanilla.
Yeah.
Vanilla, yeah. But
and
the thing
chocolate
is,
milkshake.
like, it gets a bit better. Like 13.2 is better.
I've heard, but I don't know if
but it's not
worth it.
great, you know.
Yeah, it's not worth
But the thing
it,
is, then they introduced a fucking, what are they called? Moogle. And called Kupo. And all it does is goes, you must go down this path, Kupo.
Yeah, but that's from the older games, isn't it?
Fucking kill you! Oh shit!
Oh, for fuck's sake! It did so well, so well.
You need to make sure when we have those technical difficulties.
I'm so sorry.
You're gonna have to make a note and everything.
I'm so sorry.
Make sure you didn't get because you whispered it when we were having difficulties.
Yeah, but I'm not going to put the difficulties in. What do you mean difficulties? We didn't have any difficulties, Dan. It all went smooth.
We don't have any difficulties in this show.
No, we
We're
call them
fluid.
We call
like
them
the
troubles.
Powerpuff Girls.
Actually, take that part out as well. I don't want to. Oh yeah, you should actually.
What have you done?
No, I just mentioned something about Irish heritage, and I don't know.
Dan, I've told you once, and I've told you again.
It's probably not offensive.
The Powerpuff Girls are not Irish. They're Welsh.
Oh, I see. Don't do it.
Right, so I blanked out on most of that. What? Right, so we all agree the game's got no.
It's
no finesse,
no
replayability, no fun to it. Would you play this again?
Yeah. No, I'll never play it again. I'll forget about it in about on my way home, and I'll remember it briefly when this episode goes up, and then I'll put it to the bargain bin of my mind.
Well done. Lovely metaphor.
Yeah, lovely.
Brilliant analogy. Love that.
Well, I'm going to take it and look at the bargain bucket on my mind. Then I'm going to drop kick the game into a nuclear bomb and hope that it wipes out the memory of the game at the same time. Even though I've got to edit this, so I'm going to have to watch that gameplay over and over again.
Fantastic.
That's true. I would play it again.
Oh, of course you would.
I would, 100%.
Well, for
Because
you,
it's the
you,
type
you were
of
doing
thing-
really well, and you might want to like finish it.
Really
wouldn't
well? You nearly completed the game in 10 minutes.
I know,
on
like,
a broken controller in a broken game.
Exactly. He had it a
10
lot of
minutes.
It was the thing was pausing itself for you, and you were still.
The controller had Lucasade poured in it or some shit, and he still nearly completed it in 10 minutes. Why, like, it's so bad.
At one point, we were just going to give up. I think we were starting the gameplay just from.
I was willing to give up after 5 minutes. I was happy to say it was one of the games you didn't make half an hour for.
I wanted to.
Tom was not happy with that.
I was not.
I tried one round and
I was
gave
like,
up.
I'm going to scuttle this ship and build a new, better ship.
You
A
did.
ship
You've
which is
done very
destined
well.
for a better land.
Right, so should we put it on the
never
cool
got
wall,
there.
lads?
Oh, the cool. Yeah. Bring up the cool wall. What's the last
Bring
again?
on the wall!
Oh, yes.
Bring the wall.
Look, wait. I know. In future, in the past, I've thrown out a lot of sponsorships and stuff. Look, I'm still looking at you, Ritz and Jacobs Crackers. I'm after you. And I had my polos fiasco last episode.
Mm-hmm.
Look, I know I throw out my sponsorships and all this, that, and the other.
We're not sponsored by anything yet, just to let everyone know.
No, we're not. We're totally self-sufficient. But I want, right, this is my new biggest want for Cash Grab, and I'm doing a call out right now. So, boys, to the camera, Dale Winton, we're coming for you. And you better be ready. You better be prepared. Because I'm going to track you down, and I'm going to find you, and I'm going to make you say, Cash Grab is my favourite podcast. Can I go now? Yeah, you're going to be on our show. We love you, Dale. Good luck. And if you at the till and you hear the beep, remember, you've been on Supermarket Sweep. Beep, beep.
I'm a sheep.
I
Cool.
guess these are references to things that he's in.
Supermarket Sweep.
Yeah,
well, you
I've
get
never
what?
seen it.
Bring on the wall.
I've seen that.
Oh, you're like going against me because I haven't seen Powerpuff and stuff like that, and you haven't seen Supermarket Sweep. Fuck me, get out.
Is that the thing when they like have trolleys in a supermarket?
No,
Yeah, I
Steph,
haven't
you
seen it.
fucking idiot.
I haven't seen it.
Yeah,
I'm just trying
that
to.
was the one.
There was a TV show, but why would I watch a TV show about people putting shit in trolleys?
Because
I could go to Asda
Dale
and
Winton's the
Watch
presenter.
people do it.
Dale Winton makes everything good.
Bring on the wall.
Yeah,
Bring on the wall. Yeah, bring on.
Cool wall.
Yeah.
Right.
So in our top 5, so our favourite thus far, are Scott Pilgrim vs. the World for the PlayStation 3 in 5th, Aladdin for the Mega Drive 4th, Hercules for the PlayStation in 3rd, Warriors for the PS2 in 2nd, and 007 GoldenEye for the Nintendo 64 in our golden trophy place. I don't think it's at any threat of being removed in today's episode.
Well, the thing is, as you were reading it out, right, I looked Hercules, the PS1 game, 1997. 4 years
and
before this.
GoldenEye's 1997 as well.
Fuck.
So, in our bottom 5 is Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets for the PlayStation 1, Little Nicky for the Game Boy Color, which is 2000 in itself. That was even before the fucking hell. Back to the Future Part 1 on the NES, The Crow for the PlayStation System, and finally, in our shit-coloured medal place, is Wayne's World for the Super Nintendo. So, boys, Powerpuff Girls Chemical Extraction for the PlayStation 1, released in 2001, and may I remind you, nearly 2002. It's at the end of 2001.
You're right, I know. I think I know where I'm putting it.
I know where I'm putting this.
Don't.
Mate,
No.
mate, it needs to be
It
done.
has to. It has to.
It has
No,
to.
I know what you're thinking. I know what you're thinking. You're not. No.
has to.
No.
It
Come
has
on.
to.
Really?
Guys, look, The Crow, right, which was terrible.
Oh, come on. It's better than The Crow.
No, The Crow.
It's better than The Crow.
No, The Crow was terrible.
No.
The Crow came out 4 years before this. So they had 4 years to develop for the PS1.
No,
to
this
learn
can't be happening.
How the architecture
This
of the
can't
PS1
be
worked,
happening.
and it's always the same.
damn.
You release your first games for the console. They're nowhere near as the ones you released at the end. Look at the PS3, right? The end of the console, we got The Last of Us, we got GTA 5, we got top-notch games that looked great.
This can't be happening. No.
This 4 years
No.
after The Crow, right? At least The Crow made me laugh. The Crow was hilarious. It was
The
bad.
Crow is fucking
It was bad, but it was
The Crow's
hilarious.
fucking funny.
Right, I haven't.
Come here, Cloudface.
I haven't got angry playing a game since Wayne's World, and because of that, bottom.
What about you?
Bottom.
Can I tell you what I want to put it? Below Aladdin. Yeah, I think it's...
No way.
I do. I want it fifth.
Why? Argue that.
Right. Well,
No, you can't.
well, look. It's It had
5.
It had
Four.
high ambitions. It had high ambitions. I see it as the game. I see it as the game it wants to be. It
What,
wants
Power
it to be.
Stone? Yeah, if we played Power Stone, I agree, it probably would be at the top of the list.
Yeah, like Powerpuff Girls.
But it's not Power Stone, is it? It's Powerpuff Girls, therefore it's bottom of the
It
list.
can't be. This can't be happening.
It was one of the worst
nightmare.
games.
This is my least favourite episode we've ever done.
This is the
I'm
same-
so unhappy.
this is exactly
I
the same
want
thing
to
that-
go.
This is
I'm fucking pissed
See,
off.
this is what happened.
I hate them both of you. You fucking ruined it all. You fucked it. You fucked everything.
Oh my
fuck
God.
you. Fuck you. Bottom my cock. It's not going at the bottom. I refuse.
Alright, okay.
I refuse to say it at the
Okay,
bottom.
hold on.
This is what Adam had to go through
Hold
with
on.
Wayne's World.
No, Adam's a
Hold on.
turd.
Hold on. If you're this adamant that it shouldn't be bottom of the list,
No.
right?
Yes.
Argue why it's better than Wayne's World.
Yeah,
For
okay.
the SNES.
Right. It's better than Wayne's World for the SNES for many reasons. Number one, it has high-level strategic gameplay.
No, it does not.
No.
It does. It does.
There are things you can go to here
No.
to justify this, but that's not one of them.
Right. The FMVs and cell-shaded animation within the FMVs are top-notch.
Okay.
Right, fine. Yeah.
Wonderful.
That was good.
All voice actors. Wayne's World is based off a movie. Didn't have any. I know it's a different era. I know that. I understand that. But the audio in Wayne's World is beyond sloppy. The audio in this game isn't great, but at least it's had some semblance of work. It's got the original voice actors. It does have full voice role throughout it. It has some decent sound effects. Wayne's World is a fucking catastrophe.
Yeah, but the
audio-wise.
music cuts out and in. But that could have been our dodgy cop. But the thing is,
No, I
the
think that
music
was-
still just fucked about.
It was all a very
And it was
complete-
shit music.
It's all right.
We chose
No,
the
it
worst.
wasn't.
We
It's
chose the
not
worst
bad.
character. Bubbles was like.
I'll
all
have you
throughout
know
the
that
thing.
Bubbles is top tier. This game has never seen strategic depth and
The light of
analysis
day, and it never
like
will
that
again.
of the bubble dropkick.
The bubbles.
This
There's no way it's bottom of the list, man.
this game has strategy. Also, this game has multiplayer. Wayne's World doesn't. And
It has multiplayer.
Yeah, but the SNES wasn't really known for multiplayer.
Street Fighter,
Yeah, but like, yeah, go on. Keep going.
Super Ghouls and Ghosts
Not like the-
had a two-player system.
Yeah, but loads of games just had a two-player system. It's not like the N64, which was known for being a multiplayer console,
Okay.
and the PS1. Loads of multiplayer games. on the
Yeah,
PS1.
good point.
I feel bad for the voice cast to be
Sorry.
associated with this game, but they were good. I'm
Is it still going bottom?
I'm trying to think now.
Well,
whether
unless
I
you
would,
change Dan's mind.
would I put it above Wayne's World? I'm trying to remember
Yeah.
the enjoyment I had and compare it. Because I think the only thing
Look,
that can
Look.
switch my mind.
can I just throw something out there, right?
Okay, try and.
Wayne's World was just pure, like, you just didn't enjoy it. Like, blank canvas, you know? At least this game could make you laugh with how fucked up it is.
No,
Yes!
it didn't.
Yes!
No,
made me
Wayne's World
annoyed.
made me laugh with its fucked up kazoo and all that.
Yeah!
Oh,
At least
shit.
Wayne World had all that random instruments flying
And
around.
I think one thing is, no matter how shit the game was, it had some content. I mean, the content was bland as fuck, but I mean, it was a
was
longer
there.
game. This, you were.
This has a story. Dude, they stole the pie.
They stole the pie, and then you almost
They've
completed it
got
in 10
powers.
minutes.
Yeah, but that's because I'm a professional at this
No,
game.
I'm that is it.
No, nobody has my level of professionalism.
You could complete this game in half an hour using 2 buttons and the moving buttons.
Yeah, but it's the way you use them, Steph. It's the way you use them.
Bottom, cash grab.
I can't.
Not cash grab. No. It goes bottom, but definitely not cash grab.
I actually cannot believe this. No, I can't believe it. I don't believe this is happening. I'm in a dream.
Tom.
I'm in a fucking nightmare.
Tom, surprise, motherfucker.
What is going on? It was all going
sorry,
so
mate.
well.
It's okay.
It wasn't. The game was terrible.
Right.
The TV show was great.
Right, that's it. What
Bring it
episode
in,
is
bring
this?
it in.
23.
Yeah.
Episode 23 is going down as the worst episode of Cash Grab we've ever recorded.
Oh shit, the number 23.
I hate this episode.
Oh god,
I fucking hate
Is that
it.
Jim Carrey movie?
I want it dead.
I knew the number 23 was always.
You're going to have to pick a game from my childhood that we're going to have to play in hate.
No, because 2 wrongs don't make a right.
Toy Story 2.
No, I think
No,
we.
because I love that.
That is such a great game.
I love that. That's definitely top 5 material right there. That might even be better than Powerpuff Girls.
Maybe.
You've already thrown Powerpuff Girls under the bus.
Okay, look, all right. I can't argue. It's 2 against 1. But all I'm going to say
Where's the
is if you two, like, it's not written down yet. This isn't set in stone.
But it will be.
It will be.
All right.
In a
If
moment,
that's the
in a moment.
case, all it says is that you don't like me and you don't value my friendship.
Oh, fucking blackmail. What's going on here?
Look, hey, I mean, it's not down to me, is it? It's up to you two how you want to play this. You know, you could be,
Extortion over here by
you
Tom.
could put it down below Wayne's World, or you could be a really good friend.
And put it where? Below Aladdin.
Look, I'm not saying that.
I'm not saying.
I'm
but
not saying
if I
that.
turn around when I turn back, it's there.
I'm
Wow.
suggesting it's the most optimized place for it to go. But if I saw it above Wayne's World, hey, I wouldn't be too disappointed.
I'm still confused in the fact
In
that
fact,
you
I
thought
might-
it was good enough to go up there.
Listen, Dan.
I don't think he really believed for a second.
How is it better than anything else?
I think it's better than Scott Pilgrim. I do. It's a good game. It's a good game. It's the child which didn't
How
have
is it
enough love.
better than Scott Pilgrim?
Because it just needed something. It just needs a bit more.
Yeah, it needs a bit more, and that's a fucking hell of a lot more. Therefore, it has no content to it. Therefore, you could complete it in fucking half an hour. Therefore, bottom of the list.
Do you want to be my friend or not?
I do, but you're being unreasonable.
Okay.
Right.
I get I'm being a bit crazy girlfriend right now.
We got to find games
Look,
that are going to get
okay,
shit on
look.
that we love.
Let's
Have
just
no items.
Valid, cool spot. Let's play that.
let's just agree, okay? We'll put it in 23.
Yes.
Good. I'm glad we agree.
I'm sorry. No, you can't jump on. It's like my decision. yeah.
Steph
Okay.
just said
I
yes.
see where you, I see where you guys.
Oh
were
shit! I put it bottom.
Did you really not realise?
That's what I said. Like, yes, because that's bottom of
I
the
thought
fucking
Wayne's
group.
World was 23.
Oh, God.
No,
Aren't
this
we on
is episode 23.
Episode 23 is the worst episode we've
But you
ever
heard
done.
Tom say it's going 23, so Tom agrees, yeah, 23.
Fuck, I've ruined it.
All right,
For a
guys.
minute, I thought you were like
it
taking it
a
on
cash grab?
yourself.
Should we decide if it's a cash grab?
Yeah, it is. It's the best cash grab ever made, but it's a cash grab.
Dan?
Cash grab.
Yeah, it's a cash
You can
grab.
do a hand
Yeah.
fart. And on that bombshell.
Oh god.
Yeah, as we've all said, no content, complete it in fucking half hour.
A rip off of a great game. Just a sloppy one at that.
No, that wasn't me. That wasn't me throwing a hissy fit. That's me being clumsy. Okay.
Right.
Yeah, it is. It is. It's a rip-off. It's a good rip-off. But it's a rip-off. And it's a cash grab. And it's a great cash grab. But it's a cash grab. I agree.
Don't
it's
recommend
alright.
anyone goes and plays this.
I recommend you play it.
Mm-mm-mm.
You heard it here first.
Don't play it.
Mm-mm-mm.
So thank you for watching episode 23 of Cash Grab. Be sure to subscribe to our channel and press the bell for notifications, everything. If you're watching on YouTube, if you're listening on SoundCloud, be sure to go over to YouTube and subscribe. Also, we are also on iTunes as well as SoundCloud and YouTube, blah, 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 blah. Be
Twitter,
sure to check out...
Instagram.
Yeah, be sure to check out our other videos as well. We also have a little other series called Cashing In, which is just like little bits of gameplay, talking over bits we've played. It's cool. Check that out. You'll have fun. We are also on Twitter at CashGrabPodcast, as well as Instagram at CashGrabPodcast. And our email is cashgrabpodcast@gmail.com. So be sure to hit us up, give us game recommendations.
If you've got a suggestion, let us know.
Damn straight. And we will catch you in episode 24.
With our new call with Powerpuff Girls at the bottom.
I will enjoy 24 a lot more than this one.
Dead last, and hopefully it will stay there for quite some time.
You know what? You're a dick.